Hello, readers and writers. I'm MJ, and welcome to the Writer's Corner, where today we're going to be going over KDP reports. So, the Writing Corner is an ongoing series I have that are videos aimed specifically at writers for questions asked by writers. And I was asked to review Amazon KDP a little bit more. Amazon KDP is really has a lot of parts to it. So I decided to specifically focus on the reports aspect of KDP because I think for the person who made the request, this will be the most helpful. But as always, if there's any questions that you have either on KDP or anything else about my experience, please let me know in the comments or DM me directly. And so I can make a video to hopefully help you out. But today, specifically, we're going to be looking at reports in Amazon KDP, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do this. As you can see, I have a little bit different setup because I am actually going to be recording this through my computer instead of my camera. So hopefully, its audio is not quite as clear. I'm sorry. But I've decided in full transparency, I'm going to show you everything that I have been earning for my books through Amazon KDP. So here we go. I am not the most successful self-published writer, but I also am not like, I do sell some things. So I'm nowhere close to breaking even. Although I'm getting closer with all the different things I have going on. So my current goal is to break even on my writing. Ultimately, my long-term goal is to become a full-time writer. But I don't know, like, I mean, I love writing for writing and for sharing my experience, but it does take a lot to juggle a full-time job and writing. And so, yes, ultimately, I would love to be a full-time writer, but my immediate goal is to break even. As you'll see through my reports, I'm not close to breaking even on specifically the writing portion, which is why I do diversify in some of the things that I do to bring in like writing income to help cover and support the cost of publishing. I'd be happy to make a video over the cost of publishing or also some of the things that I do. If you are interested, just let me know. Or if you're interested in any other parts of KDP, please let me know. But here we go, full transparency for you all. So this is the screen that you'll see when you first log into KDP. It will have the books that you have published. So I have The Immortal Part of Myself. It is available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and ebook, as well as In Between, which is also available on Amazon in ebook, paperback, or hardcover. The Immortal Part of Myself is Kindle Unlimited at the moment. But will not stay that way forever. And so the paperback is only available through other stores, and so it is ebook exclusive for Amazon. In Between is not on Kindle Unlimited, and so it is not, the ebook is also published through Draft to Digital, whereas which is also what I use to publish my paperbacks as well. I do hardcovers are currently only available on Amazon because Draft to Digital does not do hardcover publishing. So you'll see at the top of KDP that there's these different tabs. The marketing tab is where you will go to create a marketing campaign for your book if you so choose, which I have some experience in that. So if you would like to know my experience, let me know and I would be happy to share it. Community is kind of like just help and thing like the message boards and such. I don't go there too often, honestly. But today we're going to be, the bookshelf is this. This is your bookshelf. If you want to go to Kindabella, you can use this tab to go visit the Kindabella main page, which again, I would be happy to go over my experience with Kindabella. I do have two Kindabella stories published. One is um, a version of The Immortal Part of Myself, and one is a version of Neurodiverse, which is my next upcoming novel. But today we're going to specifically be talking about the reports section. So I'm just going to click on the reports tab, and you're going to come to your first dashboard. So, oh, I made another order. That's awesome. So right now, on this first dashboard, this is kind of the summary of what you have earned. As you can see, I do make some money off my writing, but definitely not enough to sustain. Actually, everything I make on Amazon at the moment is going towards Amazon ads, because I'm trying to get my review numbers up. And in my experience so far, that is the best way to get my review numbers, is to have people order it directly using Amazon ads. But that is still a slow going process. So this first part of the dashboard, this is a summary. You can look specifically today. I have had some Kindle unlimited reads on The Immortal Part of Myself, 58 pages read, have earned me 23 cents, and then no orders. But yesterday, I had one order, no Kindle unlimited reads, and a royalty estimate of 65 cents. Overall, this month, I have a royalties estimate of $45 for 10 orders and 3,839 KDP pages read. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this, but this this is not life sustaining, so that I can write full time. I typically just stay on the dashboard. I do check my orders once per day, which is not necessarily a healthy habit to get into, maybe once a week, but I still do. I have like this morning routine where I check all the orders and stuff I need to send out. And part of that is just kind of refreshing the sites that I have things published through and seeing if I did have any new orders. Here it goes over, this is specifically your KDP, your Kindle Unlimited pages read. Here, this one you see is orders, and here is your actual royalty estimate. So some days, I mean, that was a pretty good day for me. You can do this as a line chart or as a bar chart. Both are valid ways of viewing this data as a research analyst perspective. But it's just, however, it's easier for you to visualize the data. This will tell you what you have actually sold. You'll see that I do have this other book here. I do have a few items that I made before I published books that are low content items. I kind of made them for like myself and then just kind of have them out there. And specifically, every once in a while, I will have one bought. Specifically, this one is really the only one people have purchased, which is a non-binary sketchbook, which I made for my kid, and I'm pretty proud of it. So, and the fact that every once in a while people purchase it is awesome. And then this is in between. These are all ebook or paper versions of it. And then The Immortal Part of Myself, where you can see the pages read, and then the orders, and then the estimate royalties. So The Immortal Part of Myself is my best selling book overall. And part of that is 4 pages read, but these are two very different books, and I do tend to think The Immortal Part of Myself, people who tend to read books like In Between tend to be a little bit more romantic, and since In Between has like zero romance or like very, very minor subplot of romance, it's more, I think it's harder for people to like it. And then the immortal part of myself, I don't know, it's just edgy, and I think different people can grasp it in different ways. And then down here, you can see your top royalty source. So I've mostly done Kindle ebooks and then Kindle Unlimited and then some paperback sales. Now, this is only the sales that I have made on Amazon. Most of the paperback sales or hardcover sales that I sell actually are through TikTok, which are signed copies. So with Amazon, you can't send them signed. So I do sell most of my physical copies through TikTok. Occasionally, my website, I wish my website got more traffic. That's something I need to fix. But mostly TikTok is getting how I sell paper and hardcover copies. And then this month is 100% in the United States, which is not common for me. I'm not going to lie. Typically, there's at least some international sales. You can do this on here. You can only do it by month. You can download this report. It is good to have this for tax purposes, but mostly for tax purposes, you're going to want to use the actual royalty statements. Now, under reports, you can do royalty estimators. I'm going to go to the tools first. Royalty estimators is a good way just to kind of understand what you have sold, which is again on the dashboard, but down here it helps break it down a little bit more to see ebooks, KDP royalties, and then your total royalties. And as you can see, with all the pages I have read for KDP, it's not the same as if they would have just purchased the book. So KDP is a great way to start getting reviews, but I don't know. For long term of the book, I don't know if it's the best platform. And then you can break it down by here. And then here's all some of the others. I have some reading journals that every once in a while will sell also. But mostly I don't push them. I do focus on the books that I actually wrote. Now going up under orders, this is where you can kind of see more specifics. So you can compare your books. So there, you can see the blue is the immortal part of myself, so I can see which part of myself are that. In between is the gold, and so you can see the parts of that is in between, and then the ones I have for the sketchbook is right here. And this is just kind of a way to visualize the data. Your brain doesn't necessarily quite grasp numbers, so it is good to do data visualizations. This is part of what I do during my day job. I'm not sure this is the easiest way for your brain to actually understand what is going on. I guess maybe if you're a higher volume seller, that this could be more useful. But with just the amount of books that I sell, I don't think this is the most efficient way. I think the bar chart and then just kind of breaking down the numbers is the easiest way to see it. But this is good because you can break it down by months, including lifetime. If you have multiple authors or you're published under multiple authors, my sketchbook is under MJ Books, not my name, because I don't want them connected to each other. The books, the actual ones I've written, plus the low content ones. Your marketplaces, so you can look at different countries, which you have sold. And then you can also break down your formats, your pricing, so you can see how many you sold for free, how many you sold for that paid. And then just expanded distribution and retail sales if you have those sets, which I do not, because I do expanded distribution through Dress to Digital. KENP, Kindle Edition Normalized Pages Read, or the Kindle Unlimited pages. So this is how you can break that down specifically. So you'll see I have done 3,849 pages, which is so probably at least 7 books. So someone like in total, it's basically like having people read The Immortal Part of Myself 7 times. And they um so it's they don't have the pricing here, so they just have the basic pages. So it's basically like instead of selling 7 books, I had people read the pages through Kindle Limited. I will receive a fraction of the royalties for that. But I will have people reading my book, so um, it's kind of a mixed bag. My personal philosophy at the moment is my newest release will probably be on Kindle Unlimited, and then everything else will not be. That way, if anything happens to Amazon, it won't be quite so detrimental to myself. Um, Although Amazon is still the primary way that I sell books, so especially ebooks. All right, so you can also do the same filters through here to kind of break down and see what you need to see. You can download these reports if you want to. Month to date is just more looking at the numbers, breaking down the books. It's only specific by, I have sold no papers. Wow, I didn't realize that. Um, and no hardcovers. I mean, I have, just not on Amazon this month. Wow. All right. Um, Promotions is where you can look at specific promotions that are taking place. I did schedule a promotion to take place for The Immortal Part of Myself. I haven't really advertised this. It was just something I was going to try. And it is going from August 25th to August 29th, where it's going up in increments. So currently it is at 99 cents, and which is why I have had one. I probably should advertise it, but I just kind of wanted to see how it went. Um, and then pre-orders. You can look at the pre-orders that you had. Um, I had a lot more pre-orders for In Between than I did for The Immortal Part of Myself, and I'm not sure why. This specifically is for the Kindle dashboard. If you want me to talk about Kindle, I could do that in a separate video. So for your Prime month's royalties, you can see I have the month of August that most of my sales have been in the United States. Actually, all of them for some reason have been in the United States, which again is not typical for me here, and it has it broken down. This is not specifically what I'm going to get paid. It's just where currently I am at, but I can select and look at prior months' actual payments. But the payments, to see what's actually getting deposited into your account, you can go here. It is broken down by marketplace. So you'll see that here is from Amazon.com. So this is the US. And then here is for the UK, so that they did come out separate. They do tend to, at least in my experience, do payment processing on the 29th. And so if you do have separate countries, then it will process separately. And so here you see I have some UK, but here they had to convert over for euros, and here they had to convert over from pounds, and so that's why they do them separately. But you can see the disparity in what I've earned. So in July, I only pulled in less than $30, and it's steadily getting a little higher. But again, it's not enough to like live off of yet, or even enough to pay all the people that I need to support to create the next book. But I do kind of keep it in a separate account, and then do payouts for parts I do on my book. So yeah, here's my numbers currently, and where I'm at. But here's also an overview of the reports on KDP. I hope this was helpful. I've been writing for I mean, the immortal part of myself was published a little over a year ago, so the end of May, and it is the start of September when I'm recording this. So not quite a year and a half. So I have had a bit of progress with 2 books published at that time. It is starting to get a little bit more steady with the income, like actually existing. So I'm very happy about that. But I don't write romance, and I do write very autistic characters, at least my current books. So I do think that does limit me a little bit more in earning potential, but at the same time, I'm really proud of my books and I really like them. I'm a little embarrassed to show you all what I make because it's not a lot. Um, but it's honest. So there's that. I hope it was really helpful, both to understanding like where I'm at as a writer, as well as how to understand the reports section of KDP. Let me know if you want to know anything else. If you have any, this video gets you any other questions, please remember to like, subscribe, comment. I am a small channel, and so any engagement really does help me in this goal to um, become a, to actually have my writing be self-supported. So I really do appreciate that. If you have not picked up the immortal part of myself, or in between, doing so again is really helpful. Um, and thank you for stopping by. And as always, keep reading, keep writing, and until next time.